The emergency beacon pierced through the morning air like a wounded animal's cry, its red pulse painting the wheat fields of New Terra in crimson waves. Marcus Chen dropped his harvesting tools and squinted at the crash site, where smoke billowed from a crater that had carved itself into his neighbor's property. He'd seen enough downed spacecraft in his 40 years on this frontier world to know the drill. The Galactic Council's standing orders were clear: report, contain, wait for pickup. But something about this crash felt different. The ship's design was unlike anything in the standard databases: organic curves that seemed to breathe even in death, hull plating that shifted color like oil on water. Marcus approached cautiously, his plasma rifle charging with a familiar whine. The Council had warned about new alien species pushing into human space, some friendly, others decidedly not. Better safe than sorry. The ship's hull had split open like a broken egg, revealing an interior that pulsed with bioluminescent veins. And there, sprawled among the wreckage, lay something that made Marcus's breath catch in his throat. It was massive, easily 12 feet from snout to tail, with scales that gleamed like polished obsidian. Membranous wings, torn and bleeding, were folded against its serpentine body. Ancient golden eyes fixed on Marcus with an intelligence that seemed to pierce straight through him. A dragon, an actual living dragon. Human, the creature spoke, its voice a rumbling bass that vibrated through Marcus's chest. Universal translators were standard issue on frontier worlds, but hearing that mythical voice rendered in perfect English still sent shivers down his spine. I sense your weapon. I will not resist. Marcus kept his rifle trained on the beast, but didn't fire. You're speaking our language. Your species' primitive communication method, yes. The dragon's head lifted slightly, revealing a jagged wound across its neck that leaked silver blood. I have studied humanity extensively. Fascinating creatures. You tell yourselves stories of beings like me, do you not? Monsters to be slain, treasures to be hoarded, maidens to be devoured. Stories, Marcus confirmed, his finger hovering over the trigger. Just stories. Indeed, the dragon's laugh was like distant thunder. How disappointed you must be to find the reality so pathetic. It gestured weakly at its broken form. No fire-breathing, no magical powers, just another dying alien and another crashed ship. Marcus studied the creature more carefully. Beneath the mythical exterior, he could see the hallmarks of advanced technology: neural interface ports along the skull, synthetic enhancement of the wing membranes, what looked like quantum processors embedded in the scales along its spine. You're not just an alien, he realized. You're augmented, enhanced, perceptive. The dragon's eyes flickered with something that might have been respect. My species calls itself the Drakmor. We're the Council's most effective, deep space reconnaissance operatives. Who better to scout unknown worlds than creatures from your own nightmares? The implications hit Marcus like a physical blow. You've been watching us, studying us, using our own mythology against us. For centuries. The dragon's voice grew weaker, appearing in your ancient stories, your cave paintings, your collective unconscious, gathering intelligence on human, psychological responses to superior predators, the perfect long-term surveillance operation. Marcus felt his worldview reshaping itself around this revelation. Every dragon myth, every fairy tale, every fantasy epic, they were all reconnaissance. Reports filed by alien spies. But something went wrong, he guessed. Everything went wrong. The dragon closed its eyes. Do you know what we found, human? After all our watching, all our analysis, all our careful study of your species? Marcus waited. We found ourselves. The dragon's voice was barely a whisper now. The longer we lived among your stories, the more we became them. We developed your concepts of honor, of nobility, of protecting the innocent. We began to see the beauty in your art, the courage in your exploration, the hope in your dreams. The creature struggled to lift its head. My ship crashed because I could not complete my mission. I was ordered to provide targeting data for the invasion fleet, but I had grown to care about us, Marcus finished. Yes. The word carried the weight of a dying species, and for that treason, I am hunted by my own kind. The invasion comes regardless in 3 days' time. 17 billion humans will die because one dragon learned to love their stories. Marcus looked at his plasma rifle, then at the broken creature before him. In the distance, he could hear the whine of Council transport ships approaching. Soon, this dragon would be in a research facility, dissected and studied. Its secrets would die with it. You said just kill me when I found you, Marcus said quietly. A mercy I do not deserve. Marcus made his decision. He reached into his pack and pulled out the emergency medical blanket, its adaptive fibers already beginning to seal around the dragon's wounds. Maybe not, but maybe there's something you can still do to earn it. The dragon's eyes widened as understanding dawned. You would trust the word of a spy? A traitor to his own kind? No, Marcus said, helping to position the blanket more effectively. But I'd trust the word of a dragon who learned to love stories. As the medical blanket worked its synthetic magic, buying them precious time, Marcus began to plan. The Council ships were still minutes away. Enough time to get this dragon to his underground shelter. Enough time to make contact with the human defense networks. Enough time to turn a dying spy into humanity's greatest asset. After all, who better to defeat a dragon than another dragon? The beacon continued its crimson pulse, painting the wheat fields red. But for the first time since the crash, Marcus saw it not as a distress signal, but as a call to arms. Humanity's oldest nightmares were coming home. Time to show them what human stories were really made of.